Welcome to the Addison Bowen podcast, where we talk about what it actually takes to hit your first six or multi-six figures in business. I'm Addison, certified clinical hypnotherapist and online business coach for entrepreneurs. And 3 years ago, I decided that nursing wasn't for me, dropped out of nursing school, and dove into the online space. From free hypnosis audios to unfiltered conversations and business advice, this is the space for you to take radical responsibility towards creating your dream business. Let's dive in. Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. So today we're going to talk about two key areas that I was costing myself thousands of dollars in my business, as well as hours of my time, how I shifted those, and basically what happened when I did. So I'll be real with you for just a second. Launching in my business made my business take off. The first launch of my group program was really like the catalyst for insane change in my business, for insane growth. The first launch of my group program ended in a $35,000 launch, and I got so comfortable launching after that because I launched it every 3 months that it felt like the easiest part of my business. I absolutely loved launching. I was so in tune with my audience, with creating those sales, with getting people into that program. It just felt so easy for me. So I had seen massive success in launching, but I knew eventually about a year and a half ago that it was capping a little bit of my success and my income, because when you launch on a 3-month basis, basically what you're doing is I would, launch for a month or two or whatever, right? My launches were pretty quick. I would host that program for about 3 months, and then I would start the launch again as that program, though that round was changing. And so again, I'd have a month of a lull where I was just selling. And so what this created was this inability to stack my income for more than 3 months at a time, because I would take that break of launching, or even take a break for myself between the programs. I would give myself a month break and then launch again. And so it was kind of this constant start-stop energy where I wasn't just consistently stacking my income. And so I had seen massive success in launching, but I kind of started to get the idea that I was capping myself a little bit by launching every 3 or 6 months. And I had other offers like one-on-one coaching and stuff that people could join at any time, but my income wasn't stacking as quickly as it could with Evergreen offers. And so these were the two key areas I found that I was capping my sales in. One, only having one group program, no digital products, and no membership or anything. So basically my time was capped at 10 to 15 people in a group program, and then a couple people in one-on-one coaching, which I eventually started kind of slowly moving away from one-on-one coaching. And only having live launches and not opening up some of my offers for Evergreen. Now, the thing with group programs is that, like I said, I was capped at, 10 to 15 people in that one group program. And then I had one-on-one coaching, right? A lot of people would say, oh, we'll get a co-coach and then you can take more people. I personally don't want a co-coach. It is really important to me that in any of my programs that you have direct access to me. Granted, the access might be varying based on how much you're paying and what that program looks like, right? But I didn't want people to, buy into, let's say, the Visionary Accelerator, this program, and think that they're going to have access to me and then have access to a co-coach and not a lot of access to me, right? And I was actually a co-coach in a group program that was very, very successful. I think that it went really well. And obviously people saw a ton of value in coaching with me, but I remember them saying to me I wish that I had access to the main coach or to this person or whatever. And so it's just a value of mine that you always have access to me and that you don't feel like you're paying, to work with me and then getting work from someone else. And so that's just not something that I was interested in doing. So I was looking at other avenues of how do I scale my business and my income without needing that a co-coach or without needing to take on one-on-one clients more so, or whatever. And so that was obviously when I realized I was capping myself by only having one group program, no digital products, and no other offers where people could just join at every single time or any time, and then only having live launches and not opening up some of those offers for Evergreen. So this was when me and my OBM started strategically mapping out a product suite that involved serving clients not only at different levels, but different price points. And something that is super important to me is impact, which is why no matter what level you're at, attracting your first 5 clients or you're scaling to your first 100K month, we have a space for you in my offer suite. And so we started mapping this out, and we actually took TVA, my signature Evergreen program, which is actually being rebranded in August. So if you are someone that is creating your first $5,000 months in business, you feel imposter syndrome, it's hard for you to show up every single day, you desire to show up every single day, have $5,000 months, have killer clients, all of the things, now is the time to get into that program, because until August 1st, you actually have the ability to get 6 months in the program, one-on-one time with me, as well as one-on-one messaging with me and monthly one-on-one calls for only $333 a month, which is like an absolute steal. But we're rebranding that program. That was a whole other tangent. But when I realized this, me and my OBM started changing some things in my product suite, as well as we decided to take this offer Evergreen. And so when we took this offer Evergreen, basically we mapped out what it would look like to bring people into this program at any time until the program is obviously filled, right? So for the record, I just want to note, when we did this full, product suite revamp as well too, we decided to launch some hypnotherapy bundles, and that's when I started planning out the launch of my mastermind. I'm not by any means hating on live launching. I freaking love live launching, and some of my programs are still something that I live launch. I just love it. I think that it's such a great way to create momentum in your business. It's such a great way to build trust with yourself and your ability to create sales. And it's just, live launching is an incredible asset that we should all have in business. But for the record, we actually ended up, when I launched the mastermind and when I launched a couple of these other offers, we sold 8 spots in that first mastermind round launch. And with the combination of mastermind and other upsell, downsells during this time, I ended up making about $80,000 in sales in the span of 2 months, which was insane to me at the time. And so all in all, like, I know how to sell at a mastermind. I know how to launch the mastermind and sell it out. I know how to launch and fill a program. I know the strategy behind launching. The problem was that with this live launching, directly after, I didn't have these insane high ticket things to sell. And I was having a hard time stacking this income, without just like replacing income on a month-to-month basis, right? And so I couldn't stack my income like I can now. And I also didn't have other like smaller things to sell here and there that people could get different touch points into working with me and seeing what that's like before they invest in a higher level program. So instead of attracting, buyers who were motivated by cart closing, when I started making these shifts with both programs, I live launched the mastermind first, and then I moved into Evergreen now at this point, and taking TVA Evergreen, instead of getting buyers who are motivated by like cart closing, so they're feeling the FOMO and they're like, I got to jump in. You start attracting buyers who are ready to go this way, that are just like, I need the support right now. I want to jump in. And even more so, I think it's really beneficial to my audience, because when people invest, they don't have to wait. Like, let's say, I was live launching the mastermind and we're starting in September or something, they would have to wait until September to start the program. So they're just kind of sitting and waiting when they're like, I want support right now, right? And so that's the other cool thing about it, is people can jump right in, get access to the modules, get coaching right away without needing to wait for a certain date. And so now my highest ticket offers are Evergreen. TVA and the mastermind are always enrolling. My income isn't capped because my capacity has expanded to serve both of those offers. And before a payment plan ends, we're typically filling a spot, because I can say now, okay, we have 3 spots available for this time period, and those spots can be filled before that time period even comes, because I'm not live launching. My energy is also more even keeled because I don't have to be on for those consecutive 3 and 6 month launches. But if I desire to launch a program, like I just launched Embodying the Leader Within, which was a 5-figure launch as well too, which adds that additional amount to, my revenue already, but it still is a live launch. I didn't have to immediately then jump into another launch of another program. It's like, then I just get to sell and just get to enjoy my life, right? So what's super important about this is I didn't just take my offers evergreen willy-nilly to make more money. It was very strategic. It was also to support my audience, like I said. And because I know how to launch, which means I do still launch new offers, I was able to be more effective at selling Evergreen, because you take a few things away when you're selling Evergreen. You take away the urgency around cart closing, and you take away the urgency around spots just a little bit, right? So it's a little bit of a different selling process. So you have to create a lot of internal urgency with your marketing. And I knew how to do that because I was so great at live launching. And so we're always selling in my business, which does result in daily payouts just because of the different access to work with me. Like whether you're, buying a $44 mindset audit or an intensive, or you're joining Embodying the Leader Within, which obviously the cart closes for that. So there is FOMO around that. Sorry guys, it's already filled and we're already in the midst of the 3 months or the 6 months of the program. But I can sell a mastermind spot every single day. So again, like my income is not capped. And I just want to say, I just said daily payouts, but daily payouts don't necessarily need to be your goal to hit higher income months. It's just fun to be able to sell a range of, a vast range of different offers and always be bringing people into your world and making sales, even if it's a $22 or a $44 offer, right? So the reason why this is possible is because I mastered launching before I took my offers evergreen. I did the pre-work to know that these offers would sell out, and I've mastered offer refinement and filled a lot of gaps in my product suite that were capping my income. So just as another example, recently I realized that I was missing out on an area of my product suite because I didn't have any like low touch offers to work with me that gave people a taste of what mindset work is like. And so this is when I launched the mindset audits. And obviously it's a lot to give away an hour of my time for $44, but it has created such insane momentum in my business and has even, created thousands and thousands of dollars of people upselling then into further offers to get more support, right? And so all of these things have just increased my capability to expand my income. So if this is you right now, like when it comes to having consistent $10,000 months, you've had the expectations of like launching a group program and consistently hitting $10,000 months, no problem with just like one group program. Maybe having just one product in your offer suite and being able to create multi-six figures, launching in a consistent 3-month basis and stacking your income beyond 10K. But so far in your mission to get past 8K or 10K months, your journey has gone like this, where you're just on this consistent live launching schedule. You launch your group program, close the cart, host the program for 3 months, only to do it all over again. Or you have higher income months during the first couple of months of that group program, but you're kind of fluctuating from there because you're replacing income rather than stacking it. And then you find yourself really, really exhausted after a launch. So it's almost like it's hard for you to sell after that time period, or you have to take like a massive break because you push so hard in the launch. Realize that there is a better way to replacing your income or reaching your income goals that doesn't revolve around you constantly replacing income and instead stacking it. And again, these are the two areas where I found I was missing out most on like thousands and thousands of dollars, right? And so I've gone through the trial and error of taking programs evergreen, live launching for years on end. So I can give you the real tea, obviously. And so you don't have to go through that trial and error. And I find that most people cap themselves in their business for two reasons. They either, again, don't diversify their product suite like the position I was in, or they don't experiment with other ways of doing business, like going evergreen or finding or creating different funnels or having different touch points in your offers so people can work with you in different ways. So if you're on your journey currently to surpassing the 5 to 8K month mark as a coach, let me ask you this. These are a few questions for you to ponder. You can get out a journal or get out a document or something, but I definitely want you to write these down and just ponder these. Have you truly diversified your offer and product suite? So again, I mentioned as I started diversifying my product suite, I launched a bundle, and that bundle has brought in thousands and thousands of dollars. I haven't checked recently, but it's just a $44 hypnosis bundle, and it has brought in thousands of dollars, which I wouldn't have had I not created the bundle, right? And another low-level offer I launched and takes an hour of my time, brings in an additional $10,000 per quarter. So I have 3 group programs at this time. I'm speaking about Embodying the Leader Within. It brings in, an additional 5 figures. So that's not thousands of dollars. That's thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So have you truly diversified your offer and product suite? Is your earning potential capped by your business model and capacity right now? Are you trying to rely on one offer like a live launch group program to skyrocket your income without additional touch points? And some people require additional touch points, especially if you are a coach that is selling intangible transformations like mindset coaching or manifestation or other things like that, where you aren't sharing like Stripe screenshots. Some people need touch points to trust you and to work with you at a deeper level. And they don't just want to initially spend thousands and thousands of dollars right up front. They want to create that safety with you. And so that's okay too, right? So do you have these different touch points? And, overall, just like, I was there too. I know that some of these you're going to go through and you're like, yeah, I don't have different touch points. Yeah, I don't have the product suite. Yeah, I need to diversify things. Or yeah, I could take this Evergreen. I'm just nervous, right? And I was there like 2 years ago, right? Where I was nervous to take things Evergreen. I was worried it wouldn't sell. I was worried to launch new offers because I felt like I wasn't good enough, right? All of these are mindset things. These are not strategy things. These are mindset things that are preventing you from hitting that next level, right? So there's always two parts to this, the mindset and the strategy. And at that point, my offers weren't attracting ready to buy clients. I felt capped in my income. I was always in a launch period, and I was also stuck around $10,000 months. And I constantly felt like I had to rush to replace my income rather than stack it, making sure my income didn't go down or didn't fluctuate. And so I want this ability to be uncapped for you too, because I know it's possible. This journey, these strategies for launching the offer suite creation, the transition to Evergreen, the expansion beyond 5 to 8K months is totally ready for you. You just have to decide and make it happen and realize that you're worthy of launching more, one-to-many programs. You're worthy of getting more offers out there, creating more visibility, creating the business model that doesn't cap your income, and remind yourself that you can create anything you want in business. It's literally your playground. Your mindset is the only thing that's holding you back, right? And so initially it was my mindset that was preventing me from doing these things that created thousands and thousands of dollars. And then I found these, small little gaps in my product suite that was also costing me thousands of dollars. And so, just remember that the two are so important. So if you are currently on that journey to going beyond $10,000 months and you feel like you are a little bit capped, but you desire to, go fast, to move fast, to bring more people in your space, expand your capacity to receive more money and hold more clients, then the Master Your Mind Mastermind is 1000% for you. I also talked about TVA earlier on in this episode, but definitely send me a DM on Instagram to have a conversation about that. If you want to make more money, if you want to make thousands and thousands more dollars online, we need to work together. It's time that we work together. I might even go as far to say that you're missing out on thousands of dollars by not helping or having me help you identify these gaps in both your mindset and your strategy. So definitely send me a DM. Let's have a conversation. I can't wait to support you in these programs, and I will chat with you soon. Bye, guys.